W. A chartered accountant had sent letters under certificate of posting to the previous auditor informing him about his appointment as an auditor before the commencement of audit by him. So the letter has been sent by way of certificate of posting. Now this is of late it has been discontinued by the Indian Postal Department. What is what you can say certificate of posting? See, for example, if you went to post it, so you obtain a certificate from the postmaster of that particular post office that this letter has been posted. He will just on a paper you have to put certain stamp and you have to put a signature that you have posted. That's the thing here. Okay. So clause 8 of part 1 of the first schedule to the Chartered Accountant Act 1949 requires that communication by the incoming auditor with the previous auditor before accepting the position by him. So the council of the institute has taken the view that just posting under certificate of posting, basically it is not sufficient to establish the communication of the retiring auditor. So retiring auditor has a professional courtesy and professional obligation to communicate with the previous auditor. Okay. So just because you're posting under the certificate of posting, it is not sufficient to establish the communication. That's the thing here. A chartered accountant who relies solely upon the letter posted under the certificate of posting, therefore does so at his own risk. Since the letter were sent by what you can say but to the previous auditor by the incoming auditor, what happens is that it is not sufficient to prove that the communication was done with the retiring auditor. It is not sufficient. The communication can be done only by way of registered post with acknowledgement due, or it can be a handwritten acknowledgement in the normal course of business. Okay, where there is a positive evidence. Either you can send it to a registered email ID, a registered acknowledgement with due, a letter sent with a registered acknowledgement due, or handwritten letter against a written acknowledgement in the normal course. So these are all positive evidence that the communication has been done. So in this case, the CA will be guilty of professional misconduct under the clause 8 part 1 of the first schedule. Okay, I'll see you later.